Alrighty, folks, let's get started with the Futures Now session. Welcome back. If you joined me earlier for the market commentary, welcome back. If you are just joining me now, welcome aboard. We'll be getting started in just a few minutes here. I was just trying to get a couple of the things set up here to be able to, to make sure I got everything opened up properly. Okay, there we are. I just want to make sure we got all the channels open in case somebody's saying anything in any of the chats. I'll be able to see it. Make sure we don't miss any questions or comments. How is everybody doing today? Let's go ahead and get that disclaimer going in the meantime. And we'll be getting started in just a few minutes here. Alrighty. Okay, that's that. Let's go ahead and get started. So my name is Bojan Petreski, go by Bo, who's just saying, remember, we'll be doing the Futures Now session on August 31st, 2021, the last day of August. We'll be primarily looking for futures trading opportunities. We're going to execute on them and we're going to manage them with intraday trade management. That is the agenda for today. We're going to be utilizing our trading tools that you see here on the PowerPoint slide. That's the AutoUFOs down up here, giving us those turning points, as well as the market climate, which is represented by those confirmed blue and red dots. So let's go ahead and open up our charts here and get us started. Okay. Oh, there it is. I forgot to open the Facebook ones. There we go. All right. So, a couple of things before we get started right now. We'll be looking at a few different things when we open up these charts. The first things that we need to see is a confirmed climate. All right, I think it's double the sound there. There we go. Yeah. We are looking for a confirmed climate, first of all, on this trade window here. Now, if you don't have TradeStation, if you use another platform, that's fine too. The advantage that TradeStation has is it does have this radar window, this radar screen, that we could plug in our climate and be able to see, hey, how's price looking? Are we near? Are we far? Is it sensible? Is it hopeful? The difference between sensible and hopeful, just like the name sounds, right? Something is hopeful when things are, you're hoping that they work out. Something is sensible when you are, when something appears to make sense, meaning we're looking for things that are, either near sensible, meaning the climate is still making sense to go into, right? Versus some of these climates, as you see, it's a 21 50-minute increments out of typically 7 that the ES has been going down for. Which that means, obviously that's an overextended down climate. So maybe, we should definitely stay away from that, at least until it gets unconfirmed and maybe reconfirms itself and then go from there. As of right now, the only trade that we have in front of us, we may have in front of us, is Japanese yen on the 60-minute time frame. So let's go ahead and open up the Japanese yen on the 60-minute time frame and see how we're going to be. In the meantime, just checking all the windows here. Okay. Looks like we're looking okay. Let's open that up. All right, so it excuse me. It is a near sensible right? It is a near sensible long on the climate on the yen, and we know that we can confirm that by seeing that it's the second one out of typically seven, right? That's number two here out of typically seven. And the buy UFO, there is a buy UFO right where the moving average is. So currently price is at 90.050, 90.45. And look at that. I'm just going to freeze this screen right there. So 91.045 is the moving average. All right. So this is, I'm going to freeze it so I can explain it. And so I'll explain why we're not getting into this trade. This is obviously, it's very close, right? It is extremely close. As you see, current prices right here, moving average is at that 91.045, which almost never lines up exactly to the number. As the number ticks, obviously sometimes it does, but most of the time it does not. Um, However, I was thinking, wow, we have a trade right in front of us here because we have multiple UFOs right here. Okay. Unfortunately, that's not the case because as you see, the moving average is at 91.045. Current price is at 91.045, but it is not within a UFO, right? It's missing it by quite a bit here. It looks like it's missing it by 2 ticks here and missing it by potentially 2 ticks here. So as you see, price is going there right now. It was at, it was 2 ticks. 91.035 is where this UFO was starting. So right now, price is currently trading below the moving average, 91.041, right? However, it is within these UFOs. So are we expecting some sort of a bounce from them? Potentially a little bit of retraction, but it could easily just go through because price has already gone through that moving average. That moving average, you can think of it as an additional indicator of line of resistance or support, right? It's either in this scenario we're looking for support around that 9 EMA. Now along with our software here, which is the AutoUFOs, we're looking for some sort of a entry at this area. Now given the fact that currently price is already trading below the moving average, it went fairly easily through it, I would say. There's a good chance that this will continue downward. But that also goes to show that, hey, we need to be very cautious. We need to be very exact with our trading. And we need to know, where to get in, where to get out properly and according to our plan. Not 90% according to the plan, not 85 or 95. It's 100% according to the plan. We can make mistakes. Mistakes are okay, right? Mistakes are fine. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. That's not a problem. But getting in on a trade and knowing that you're going against your plan, trust me when I tell you, do your mental health a favor and don't do that. And this is from speaking from personal experience. Okay, do yourself a favor and do not do that. All right, so that's that for the yen. We can keep it open if we want to, but in the meantime, I just want to make sure that there's not something else that we might be able to get on board with. And it looks like that natural gas 60-minute right here is half an ATR away. So not the closest, but not the furthest either. Natural gas can move when it wants to fairly quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and open up natural gas. And hopefully, the next 5 minutes or so, when we do have an update on all the 50-minute timeframes, we have an opportunity in front of us. In the meantime, I'm just checking on the chat boxes here, looking like we're okay. Guys, if you're watching this, if you feel shy, you don't have to. But if you don't, you feel free to say something. Hi, bye. Whatever you want to do. Moving fast, moving slow, whatever the case is, just let me know. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. There we are. Okay, I'm seeing actually a lot more activity on the Twitch channel, which is pretty cool to see, guys. So wonderful, wonderful to see that. All right, let's take a look at this natural gas and see how we're looking. And see if there's anything that is in front of us here. All right, so oof, man, does not look like 279. Oh, actually, oh my God, I think we may actually have a trade right in front of us here. Come on, come on, come on. All right, we are actually, so 288. Yep, we're good to go on this one. We can go ahead and sell it at market. Buy stop at 294. All right, we are, yep, we're definitely good to execute on this trade. We almost missed it there. Sometimes you just got to get in, make sure it doesn't fly, run away from you. Um, so this trade is a valid trade. We are on the V contract and GV. All right, so that's that one. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and analyze this trade real quick for you, so you know. Right now, so moving average is at 4.288. The UFO obviously is right there within the moving average is right within this UFO, so that's looking good to execute on. Stop goes right above that UFO in the white space. First T1 is at 1 to 1, so we can be risk off. Okay, that UFO is gone, so all right, that's fine. Let's see how we look in here. So this is the fourth out of typically 7. Okay, looking like a strong push up. This might stop us out fairly quickly, which is okay. In the meantime, though, I do want to see where the target will be on the bottom here. It's at 4.219, so that's quite a ways away. Nice to see that. All right, 4.219 right there. All right, did stop us out. That's okay. We got in, we got out quick. That's what we like to see. Wow, that was actually a very hard push up. Okay. So we might actually see a change in direction here. That's all right though. It's part of trading. Um, let's see. So that. Yen is still sensible long, and we got another 30 seconds until we have an update to the climate. All right. And that was a quick in and out, right? uh, a lot of times you'll see that happen, just like that easily, just slices through butter as if nothing's happening in front of it. But a lot of times you'll see it touch and just run the way you were expecting it. So that's okay. That's just the price of doing business when it comes to trading. All right. Yen. Yeah, right now yen is still dancing around that moving average. Here we go. Let's take a look here. All right, we have an update, a near sensible short on crude oil. Let's go ahead and get that opened up real quick, 15-minute time frame, and see if we can get ourselves into another trade there. Okay, just checking all the chats. We're looking good, looking good. All right. Okay, let's get this guy squared away. All right, so for crude oil, as you see, it's currently at 68.51.52, so which is right there about at the moving average. So what I want to do here, and I want to spend a little bit more time here, just to be prepared in case crude oil does turn, which will actually leave a UFO there. So if this, like let's say, goes up a little bit and then comes crashing down, which sometimes does happen. As you see, it's been dancing around this moving average a lot. So we're going to see what's going to happen. We don't mind that, right? We don't mind that at all. For example, if we were in on this trade right here, right at the 9 a.m. right there, so about 15 minutes ago, and it was a confirmed climate down, we could have gone short right there. Nice move down, get stopped out probably on the way back up on the trail stop, and that would have been a nice quick trade. So what I want to do is spend a little bit of time here to see if we will have a new UFO so that we could potentially get in on it. And this could happen very quickly too. So be sure to be ready on the trigger to do the same thing that we did before, which is basically either sell at market, or if it is created a little bit up above, go in at a limit. But in the meantime, just gonna wait and see while we grab a sip of water. It's still dancing around that moving average. All right, come on, crude oil. Give us a little bit of something there. Right there, still around that moving average. So this could get confirmed to go lower, and create a UFO on any one of these three time frames. Now, the reason why I'm looking at them, all three, because these are all different, three different sensitivities to market movement, right? This is the 2 minute time frame, right? So this is just minutes. It does not matter how much trading happens. It's just 2 minutes. Wherever those 2 minutes end, that's it. The share bar is actual executed contracts, and the tick bar is how many ticks up or down we get during one candle. And after those 377 ticks, a new candle prints. After 610 exchanges happen, a new candle prints. So those are three different sensitivities. All right, we are seeing a little bit of a push down here. Let's see if we'll get a UFO on any one of these candles so that we could jump on board and get in. There it is. All righty. So at 48, we're getting in. All right, we're going to get a little bit of better price here. 49. Okay, 48 it is. All right. And stop is at 59, 37. Okay. 37 is our profit target. That's our entry point. Now our final target, we have to do something that we did before as well, which is look at that bigger time frame picture down here and see that our final target is well down here at 67.57. So well below where we are right now. I mean, that's, it's nice to see that. It's rare that we get those trades, to execute, to fill within the same 67.37, I think it was. Replace the order. I believe that's what it was, right? Oh, no, I messed it up a little bit. Let's do a data reload. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it was, maybe it wasn't. Let's see. So the starting point is actually 67.56 on this UFO down below. So 67.56. I'm going to go ahead and edit this. 67.56. Replace that. Boom. Okay. All right. So 67.56 is, well down below. Obviously, what I would like to see is, this get to our T1 fairly quickly. And then, oh, okay, I guess not. We're just going to get stopped out on this one too. Looking like a rocky market. All right. It is what it is. Sometimes they happen, at least they happen quick, right? That's the advantage of it. I definitely would prefer that over anything else. Wow, this just ended up shooting up, coming back down around this 300 area. Moving average is still there, so 289. This is actually a valid trade again at 290. Okay, with a stop at 314. Yep. Okay, so that's a little bit of a riskier trade. 314 minus 290. That's a 24 tick. All right. Let's see. So 24. So minus 290. That's 266. So that will be T1. And T2 we said was T2 was there at 219. Right there. Okay. Another 2 UFOs. So that one is still a valid trade. Crude looking, nothing happening there with crude. Nat gas still doing what it's doing. Okay. Yen has not moved since we saw it. Okay, lots of stuff becoming unconfirmed, which is this is what we want to see. When you see these gray numbers here, that really just means that these are they're trading above their moving average. So, given the fact that these were all near hopefuls, might give us an indicator that we might see a climate change in about 7 minutes from now, which is when the climate will update. Natural gas, yen, we already know about those. Okay, the 10-year note is given a near sensible short. Let's take a look at the 10-year note just to see what's going on there. That one moves a lot slower, so but sometimes when it moves, boy, does it move. Okay, this is on the U contract. Now to check which of the contracts are the ones that are the front month contracts, you can just do this. And you see that the 10-year note is on the December, so that's ZNZ, or in TradeStation, it's at TYZ21. All right. So there we go. Fourth out of typically 9. 133.6 would be right here, actually. So this could be a potential trade right here at the 18 and a half. Or perhaps, yeah, the 18 and a half with the stop at 137.21 and a half, I think it will be. Yeah. Yeah, 21 and a half. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ticks. That's where that would be. Now, looking at the auto UFOs on this one, we're looking at 133.13 is the start point on that. So 133.13 is right there. Okay. So that's that setup as well. Now crude's pushing higher. Natural gas sold off, did not quite get us. If I was watching a little bit closer, we would have actually been on board with this. But that just goes to show you can't really catch them all. So right now we're looking to basically get in on this at 290 at this UFO here. Moving average at 287. If it pushes up from 279, it should meet up with 290. So we should be okay to take this trade. All right. There we go. Might get filled now. A few ticks away. 289. Yeah, I think this will line up perfectly with it. Okay. Teasing us a little bit. Okay, here's the yen. Okay, so now this one does actually meet the criteria because 90.52 is within here. So 91.65 is a good entry for this one. And Bottom is at 30, so we go 2 ticks below at 20. Okay, so that's for the yen. And we have 91,400 as the target. So this will be 91,400. Oops. 91,400. There we are. Okay, so we have a couple of trades that we got set up here. So the 10-year note is at 138, 133.18 and a half. We got the yen at 065. All right. Still on the U contract, yeah. Okay, and let's see here. Market's gonna open in about 2 minutes. That usually kicks in quite a bit of volatility. But unfortunately, nothing on the major indices here. They're all near hopeful shorts, but they're all also trading, one ATR. I'm sorry, that's half an ATR, almost a one ATR difference. So let's see what's going to happen here. We do have a couple of trades open. As I said, we have another 1.5 minutes until the market opens, which is when, usually a lot of volume is going to kick in. All right, so the ES is actually flashing near sensible short on the 60-minute. So let's go ahead and open that up too. ES on the 60. Let's see where we end up on the ES 60-minute time frame. All right, 528. All right, so this UFO may end up working actually, but we're gonna have to wait and see what kind of movement we're gonna get at the open. As you see, the 528. So this, obviously, this UFO at 530 could potentially work. And the only reason why I say potentially could work is because because if the market opens pretty strong and it goes right up to it, then it should be almost right there, I would say. If it opens a little weak and meanders about, then it may not work. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more ticks there. All right, market is open. So the stop is, wait, that's not right, at 34.5, right there. That's the stop. All right. How are we looking across the board here? So far, not a whole bunch happening as far as our trade placement where they are. I just want to 27. Okay, let's take a look at the yen. The yen might fill actually. We're a couple of ticks away from the yen. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got filled on something on natural gas. Okay. All right, natural gas filled. We're looking at 266 being our first T1 and T2 being at 219. All right. So far, that's the only one that has filled. All right, crude doing what crude does. The 10-year note has not filled. And the ES is dropping lower, right? We did have an entry up there at 530. Now let's take a look and see what's going on here again. So the ES is actually unconfirmed on the 50-minute time frame. So nothing to see there anymore. We're not interested in it anymore. On the 60-minute time frame, though, is the one that we are looking at. And I just want to get to where my final targets would be should I should this actually fill. So let's see what's going to happen here. All right, it's pushing lower. Natural gas also pushing lower, which is nice to see. We do have a UFO we're going through right there. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen there. There we go. That's a strong push up that we were expecting earlier. It's nice to see it happen. We just want to be able to get our T1 so we can start our trail stop movement. Let's see here. This is the candle we got filled on right there. So we need 1, 2, 3. Within 3 of these candles, we need to be out of this trade. So that's what we need to have T1 is what I'm trying to say, not out of it, just T1. Okay, so let's see if we can get another strong push like we just got down there. It'd be nice to see it happen. Come on, that gas, give us that T1 so we can move our stop a little bit and protect some of these profits. That's it. A little further down and we'll get our T1. We're a few, what is it, about 5 ticks away or so. Okay. Come on, that gas. Give us a little bit of something. We definitely want to see it hit that T1 so we could get, so we can move our stop. That's the key thing. That's the key metric right there. I think we should be able to see some action just to hit that T1. And then after that happens, I'm actually going to prepare myself for it. I'm going to measure where my entry was, which was right at that 290, right? And obviously our T1 being right here, 266. So I want to see where is the trend line right there. And I do this so everything's nice and visual, nothing's confusing or anything like that. So that's the metric right there, right? We were risking 24 ticks. Let's say nat gas just floor falls off and just dives down, right? And we don't get a new UFO, right? So from this area to this area, we're counting the same move, 24 ticks. Okay. So if price, let's say something along the lines of this happens, right? It dances around a little bit and then ultimately just shoots down. Let's say that happens, which would be nice to see. If that happens and no new UFOs form along the way on any of these charts, we are actually allowed to move our stop from where it is here down to entry, meaning you're basically moving it for one full increment of what your T1 to entry was. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So that means that this stop that's right here is going to go down to here to break even, meaning you're basically not going to let this trade become a break even. You're going to definitely lock in some profits on this trade. All right. So in the meantime, let's take a look and see what we got. So crude oil is pushing a little bit higher, unconfirmed climate on the 50-minute time frame. I'll just leave it open and push it to the side here, just in case we get a confirmation. 10-year note, not a whole bunch of movement there, as honestly as expected. Okay, the ES at 530. We got nothing, no fill. It's moving lower. Again, this is the 60-minute time frame, so it's not going to be moving much quicker. Nonetheless, we'll just keep it open. and see what we can come up with. Okay, and let's see now. What do we have? Anything else to see? All right, well, I mean, that's a few trades that were executed. So as of right now, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the private channel. So folks, if you want to continue on watching, please switch over to the private channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe with the membership to our channel so you can continue watching the remainder of the session.